You're having one of those days where everything seems to be going right. The sun is shining, your coffee is perfect, and life feels for a moment like it's on your side. Then, out of nowhere, bam! Someone cuts you off in traffic. A coworker drops the ball on an important task. Or maybe life just decides to throw an unexpected challenge your way. And suddenly, that tight, burning sensation creeps in. Your chest tenses, your jaw clenches. Your mind starts firing off all the ways you could respond. Harsh words, a honk, an exasperated sigh. But before you let anger take the wheel, ask yourself, who really wins when you lose control? The power of restraint. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoic philosophers, had a simple yet profound insight. Keep this thought handy when you feel a fit of rage coming on. It isn't manly to be enraged. Rather, gentleness and civility are more human, and therefore manlier. A real man doesn't give way to anger and discontent, and such a person has strength, courage, and endurance, unlike the angry and complaining. The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength. Think about that. Strength isn't in the loudest voice, the biggest fists, or the sharpest words. It's in the person who remains steady when the world tries to shake them. It's in the person who refuses to let their emotions be dictated by outside forces. We often mistake aggression for power, but real power lies in self-restraint. The strongest person in the room isn't the one shouting, it's the one who refuses to be provoked, the one who responds rather than reacts. The trap of anger. Anger tricks us into believing we're in control when, in reality, it's the exact opposite. It convinces us that an outburst will fix the situation, that honking at the reckless driver, snapping at the careless coworker, or venting our frustration will somehow make things right. But when has rage ever made a broken car start running? When has shouting ever repaired a mistake? When has meeting rudeness with more rudeness ever led to peace? As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, how much more harmful are the consequences of anger than the circumstances that arouse them in us? The real damage isn't in what happened, it's in how we choose to react. Anger doesn't make you stronger, it makes you reckless. It clouds your judgment, makes you easier to manipulate, and ultimately robs you of your peace. In the end, it's never the person who provoked you that suffers the most. It's you. Mastering your mind. Seneca offered a simple but powerful piece of advice. The best plan is to reject straightway the first incentives to anger, for if once it begins to carry us away, it is hard to get back again into a healthy condition. In other words, the moment anger starts to take control, you've already lost. So how do you win? By cutting anger off at its roots, by pausing before you react, by reminding yourself that every emotion you feel is a choice. You choose anger over calm. You choose frustration over patience. You choose to let external events control you or not. Ask yourself, which choice serves you best? Which response aligns with the person you want to be? Is the brief satisfaction of an outburst really worth the regret that often follows? The ultimate power, mastery over self. True power isn't in rage, it's in restraint. Even those who use anger strategically, leaders, negotiators, athletes, understand that it must be controlled, never unleashed recklessly. Anger, when unchecked, turns a person into a puppet, reacting impulsively rather than acting with wisdom. The moment you allow anger to dictate your actions, you stop being the master of your own mind. You hand over your power to circumstances, to other people, to fleeting emotions. But when you choose control, when you decide to stay calm in the face of chaos, you prove something important, not to the world, but to yourself. That you, and only you, decide how you show up in life. And that is real strength. How to never get angry or bothered by anyone. Let's be honest, life is full of situations that test our patience. Whether it's a rude comment, an inconsiderate action, or a frustrating circumstance, there will always be moments that challenge our ability to stay calm. But what if you could develop a mindset so unshakable that nothing and no one could ever truly get under your skin? The good news? You can. It's not about suppressing your emotions or pretending things don't bother you. Instead, it's about shifting the way you perceive and respond to the world. Here are 5 powerful strategies to help you navigate life with unshakable composure. Reframe the situation. Take back control. Every frustrating moment presents an opportunity, not to lose your cool, but to strengthen your patience. Instead of instantly reacting, take a step back and ask yourself, is this worth my peace? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. Think of it this way. The moment you decide to reframe challenges as opportunities rather than personal attacks, you take back control. It's not about denying that annoying things happen, it's about choosing how you interpret and respond to them. Imagine someone cutting you off in traffic. Instead of spiraling into road rage, remind yourself, maybe they're rushing to an emergency. Maybe they're having a terrible day. Either way, their actions don't have to dictate my mood. A small shift in perspective can make all the difference. Expect imperfection. Lower your unrealistic expectations. People will make mistakes. Life will throw curveballs. That's a guarantee. The problem arises when we expect the world to operate flawlessly, because it never will. When you accept that imperfection is the norm, you stop feeling so blindsided when things go wrong. If you expect people to always be kind, respectful, and considerate, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Instead, recognize that everyone is operating from their own level of awareness, and more often than not, their behavior isn't about you. When you stop taking things personally, you free yourself from unnecessary frustration. Imagine walking through life expecting occasional rudeness or setbacks. Instead of being caught off guard, you simply acknowledge them, adapt, and move forward. Master your inner dialogue. The stories you tell yourself. Matter your thoughts shape your emotions. The next time anger starts bubbling up, pay close attention to your internal dialogue. Are you feeding the fire with thoughts like, "This is so unfair," or "They need to respect me"? Instead, try shifting your narrative. I control how I respond. The moment you take ownership of your reactions, you take ownership of your life. It's not about being passive, it's about being intentional. You get to decide whether to waste energy on negativity or redirect your focus to what truly matters. Self-awareness is key. The more you consciously choose empowering thoughts over destructive ones, the more natural it becomes. Over time, you'll find yourself responding to situations with clarity rather than knee-jerk frustration. Develop emotional detachment. Not everything deserves your energy. Not every situation or person deserves an emotional response. One of the most powerful realizations you can have is that people's words and actions are a reflection of them, not you. Think about it. If someone insults you, what's really happening? They're expressing their own frustration, insecurities, or lack of emotional control. The moment you internalize their negativity, you give them power over your mood. Instead, practice emotional detachment. Picture yourself as an observer rather than a participant in unnecessary drama. The next time someone tries to provoke you, pause and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Most of the time, the answer will be a resounding no, and that's your cue to move on, unaffected. Master your physiology. Your body shapes your mind. Your mind and body are deeply connected, which means that controlling your physical state can help you maintain emotional balance. When frustration starts creeping in, pay attention to your body. Are your shoulders tense? Is your jaw clenched? Is your breathing shallow? The moment you recognize these physical signs, take charge. Slow, deep breaths send a powerful message to your nervous system that you are in control. Relax your shoulders, release the tension in your face, and remind yourself that there's no real threat, just a temporary moment of discomfort that you can choose to rise above. Over time, practicing this level of physiological awareness will make it second nature to remain calm, even in high-stress situations. The bottom line, real strength is found in composure. True power isn't about reacting, it's about remaining centered. It's about choosing your responses with intention and refusing to let external forces dictate your inner peace. By consistently practicing these 5 strategies, you'll develop an unshakable mindset, one that allows you to move through life with confidence, clarity, and unshaken peace of mind. The world doesn't control you. You do. The next time something pushes your buttons, when frustration flares up, when someone says something that makes your blood boil, pause. Just for a moment. Take a deep breath. Step back from that initial wave of emotion and ask yourself, will my anger actually change anything? Because the truth is, it won't. Not in any meaningful way. Yelling, snapping, or seething in silence won't fix the problem. It won't make the situation better. But do you know what will? Composure. Self-control. The ability to stay centered when everything around you is trying to knock you off balance. That changes everything. This isn't just some philosophy pulled from ancient Stoicism. This is strength. This is self-mastery. This is what it means to be unshakable. And that kind of steadiness, that's power. Not the loud, aggressive kind that burns out fast, but the quiet, steady power that makes people stop and take notice. The kind that earns respect, that allows you to navigate life's chaos with grace instead of getting lost in it. And the best part? You don't have to wait to develop it. You don't need perfect circumstances or more experience or more time. You can start right now. Control your emotions and you control your decisions. Control your decisions and you control your life. And when you can control your life, you stop being at the mercy of the world. You start shaping it.